What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first and latest edition of the 99.9 Problems podcast over the digital airways of YouTube. I'm here with my co host, Redder, and we're going to be breaking down the 99.9 problems faced by everyone around the world in every area of social life. We're going to be bringing you amazing content and conversations, and we're going to touch every aspect of social lives from all whatnot you can think about. So stay tuned, guys.
Hey guys, I am also very excited to invite you all to engage with us on Instagram, Facebook, and other social media platforms. We have very interesting topics to talk about and good tea to serve. Let's all come together to build a community where we can share ideas, inspire each other, and grow together. Before I forget, follow us on Instagram and Facebook at 99.9 Problems, and do not forget to like, comment, share, and share. Thank you.
Right, let's get into it. So, basically, right, we're actually seeing a drastic and massive change in culture all over the world, as opposed to how things used to be before. And there's a lot of problems. Everyone is facing a lot of problems in every aspect of life. So, let me just ask you this, right? I just want to get your own perspective, right? So, what do you actually think is the major cause as to why relationships are failing nowadays? Or do you think that relationships are failing nowadays because women are actually prioritizing their happiness over their partners?
Well, I think in relationships, everybody should like prioritize their happiness first of all, because you cannot be in a relationship and you're unhappy. For example, I was reading something the other day, and someone said that a healed man leads a good relationship. Yeah. So if you're not happy, how do you expect to lead a good relationship? Failed relationships is not just about people prioritizing their happiness over like their relationships. It's just about maybe things did not work out. Back in the days, most people did not have like the privilege to express themselves because there were a lot of arranged marriages and so many things that made it very difficult for women to communicate and express their feelings. But now I see, due to education, social media, and other things, people have now started expressing themselves and like expressing themselves to their partners and telling them how they really feel, and sometimes that doesn't really come out the way the other person expects. I just feel like failed relationships is mostly about misunderstandings. People do not understand what they really want before they go into a relationship. So people should start prioritizing what they truly want from their partner before going into a relationship. Don't just jump into a relationship because the person is looking fabulous, beautiful, has a very curvy body or whatever. I think people should start prioritizing going into a relationship because they truly want to be with that person. They feel connected with that person. They have like a form of understanding with that person before they can go into a relationship.
Well, that's well. I mean, you've mentioned some kind of good points there, right?
Yeah.
But of course, it still doesn't cancel the fact that even when you're with someone, probably for a couple of years, be it dating or marriage or whatever, right? At the end of at the end point or at some point, right? It's usually mostly the women or the ladies or the girls who who feel unhappy, right, in the relationship, and then they tend to like break up or end the relationship because of their
So,
unhappiness.
are you trying
I'm
to
not
say?
sure
Are you
of
trying to say men don't cause
of
breakups?
course, no, I'm not blaming women for it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not blaming women for it, but I'm just saying that majority of the cases is the women who are unhappy, and it seems like they prioritize their own happiness, in the in the sense that this is what I mean. The reason I'm saying so is because to some extent, in most cases, now we're talking in generalities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Women usually get bored in relationships quicker than men,
Men
right?
get bored. If
No,
you're
no, no,
if you're
no, no,
saying
no.
that
Wait,
women get bored more
no,
than men,
no, no, no.
then why do men go out there to find other women? Apart,
So,
like,
so
you have a woman in the house, or you're married, and then you still go out there to find other women to
well,
cheat with. Like, why
okay,
do men do that and women
okay.
don't
Here's
do
what I
that
mean.
often?
Here is what I mean. they get bored in the sense that maybe, okay, there's couple of reasons. There's couple of reasons as to why the lady can get bored. Maybe it's because of like staying indoors a lot, lack of inactivity in the relationship, like like lack of spicing up the relationship. Sometimes because you both are actually busy working, right? Your schedule is crazy. You don't spend much time together as you wish you could.
Time.
That, yeah, of course. In most cases, I bet you, majority of people who are gonna get bored in that situation are the women. And guess what? When that happens, they tend to be like, "Oh, I'm not happy," or "I need my happiness. I want my happiness." They forget to think that, okay, you've been together all this while. Why can't you like work to like sort things out? If you get bored that easily in a relationship, then how do you expect to get married and stay forever together without getting bored?
But nobody says that in a relationship people are not allowed to get bored. You have to work on things. That's why people always say that women express themselves more in relationships as compared
Yeah.
to men. When your woman starts feeling that way, she's gonna let you know that, I feel bored, I feel lonely. But the thing is, men don't like catch those signs, or she might show you certain signs to make you understand that she's feeling a type of way. But men don't catch those signs. They
Well-
just ignore and say,
well-
you're just being a woman.
So-
That's how women
so-
behave, and they don't do anything about it.
Well, this is actually what I think, right? Because we have seen a drastic change in culture. A lot have changed. Like a lot have really changed.
Yeah.
So what I think is, maybe it's not even a matter of maybe. Now the ladies are making as much as men, right? Most
True.
ladies now own their businesses. They got their shit together,
Yeah.
right? They're making six figures. Now, some want to butt heads. Some want to like feel equal to the man, especially in a relationship. They want to feel equal to the man. They feel like they're contributing equal or slightly the same. So they feel like maybe they have like the liberty to do some kind of stuff, maybe talk to the man any kind of way, to try to feel like, okay, they don't need the man anymore, or the man is no longer as important to her life because she's now fending or being able to provide for herself, which is a problem. Because for ladies who can't assimilate that, of course, they need a man in their life, okay? That, of course, you need two people to come together in order to like live life together and procreate, do things together and all of those stuff. They tend to feel like, okay, since they're making as much money as the men, right?
Yeah.
They don't need the man anymore. That's the highest thing that's leading to ladies feeling bored in a relationship.
Do you believe that there are exceptions to every single
Of course,
thing?
there's exceptions.
That's why.
Like I said, right?
Okay.
We're talking in generalities. We're not saying that there are not exceptions. There's always going to be exceptions to everything.
So you cannot say that women change because of money. Yeah, definitely.
Money changes women.
Okay, definitely. There's some women that change because they're making more than their men
Yes.
or whatever. But some women still stay true to their belief, true to their culture, or true to the way they like the community they grew up in.
Yep.
So generally, even in the past, you still see women that behave that way. Like
Exactly.
they'll disrespect their men, and till today, you're still gonna see people that disrespect their men because they make more money, they have more influence and whatever. But you cannot say that every woman does that, because
Well,
some women are still very
so,
loyal.
okay,
Some women are still
yeah,
very
okay.
true to their beliefs.
Okay, it seems like you're misunderstanding what I'm saying here. I'm not saying every woman, okay? Let's circle back a little bit. First, before I started talking, I said, firstly, right, we're talking in generalities. Secondly, there's always exceptions to everything. Meaning that if 100 women are divorced, disrespectful to their men,
You did not talk about
right?
the exceptions.
No.
though.
Okay, wait. If 100 women are disrespectful to their men,
Yeah.
unhappy in the relationship, right? And we are looking at a pool of like 150 women, right? If that 100 women are unhappy and get out of that relationship and 50 are still there, the 100 beats the majority. That's what we're talking
Are
about.
you trying to
So
say
of course,
more women leave their relationships than like the other percentage?
yes. This is what I actually want to dive into. women leave their relationships before the men. Okay, let me ask you a question.
No, but who determines if the relationship works or not? If the man
No,
does
but
not want
no,
the
no, no.
relationship, he's
So,
gonna walk
well,
away, and there's nothing the woman can do
well,
about
this
it.
okay. This is actually what I mean, right? Both parties determine. Okay, both parties do. But what I'm saying is that women seldom break up first or leave the relationship before the man is gonna say it's over.
Guys, is that true?
No,
My
this is no.
goodness.
This is actually what I mean. Okay, this is
Yeah.
actually what I mean. When you get out there, get a pool of ladies. Okay, get a pool of ladies.
Okay.
Let's say 10 of them, right? Let's ask them a question. In your previous life, or no, or in the past, in your past relationships, right? Ask them how many times a guy broke up with them, right? Ask them that, and then ask them how many times they broke up with the guy.
But there are reasons why people break
Do you know
up with
majority?
others.
No. Do you know majority of the time, or the majority of the answers they're gonna give you is that they broke up with the guy?
Because the guy cheated, or because of because of violence.
Oh.
Because of violence.
How many times do we see violence?
It's so many times it's
No.
happening out
Okay,
there. Like
okay,
there's
oh,
so
no,
many
no.
cases
Okay.
of violence
Of-
out there.
oh, yes,
Women
yes.
die because of violence in their relationships and
Well,
marriages.
yes, I agree. I agree, of course, right? But we're talking now within this pool of 10 women, right? How many of them are going to see violence? How many of them are going to... Okay, guess what? The only thing that's going to span across the 10 of them is going to be cheating.
That's not the only thing. There's so
No,
many
no.
other reasons.
Okay, let me rephrase
what
my
if-
statement. Let me rephrase my statement. That's not going to be the only thing.
Okay.
That's going to be majority of the reasons why they broke up with the man.
But what if the man goes out there and cheats and then comes back, gives you some disease or like STD or something? Like, you need to
Well,
you need to be careful.
All right.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah, sure.
How has the rise of social media changed the way we communicate and build relationships?
That's a very good one.
Yeah.
That's a very good one. You know why? Yes, I'm going to lay the blame to social media. I'm not saying that we don't need it. Of course we do. Everyone needs it.
Okay.
I mean, most people are millionaires right now because of
True.
social media. Most people are billionaires because of social media. We need it. We need social media because we have to communicate with everyone across the world, our friends and families, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It has impacted relationships and bonds negatively a lot. And I want to believe that now, I don't want to sound gender biased,
Okay.
but we're just speaking facts, right? No, we're just speaking facts. And when I say this, some people out there are going to quote me that, oh, I hate women, I have a problem with women. No, of course we don't. Of course I don't. I'm speaking in generalities and I'm speaking facts.
Okay.
Now, okay, I feel like social media have impacted women negatively than us men. Let me explain. No, before you speak, let me explain, okay? Now, let's take Instagram, for example. When you get into a lady's DM right now, okay? In the world we live in nowadays, you don't need to be a 9 or a 10 on 10 as a lady. All you need to be is a 5. Dress nice, look good, put up your makeup and all of that stuff.
Beautiful
Snap
from
a
the
pic-
inside.
Yeah, of course, right? Snap a picture and put it out there. Okay?
Yeah.
Snap a picture and put it out there. Trust me, you're gonna have a huge loads of DMs from men. That's obvious.
Men too. There are.
No, let me finish.
Most of those men are in relationships and marriages.
Well, they may be.
Cheating.
No, hold up. They may be. Okay.
But you don't see the
no,
woman
hold
going
up.
to
No,
their
hold
DMs.
up. Hold up. We're not talking about cheating right now. We're talking about the fact that social media is impacting people. Okay. Now, when you get into those DMs, you are seeing like 30 to 50 of them unread. That's the attention ladies get from social media nowadays. They're getting massive attention.
Unread.
Unread, read, however, means
It means they don't read it.
no, it all means the DM is still coming in.
Okay.
Okay, now, right? Put it this way. Look at the guy's DM on Instagram. A guy who's at an 8 on 10. Let's not even use numbers. He's looking good. He got all his shit together, right? Great pictures, a good profile, great career, great business going on. How many DMs is that guy gonna get? he's seldom gonna get DMs.
But people are now
Right?
very bold.
No, of course, people are bold.
Walk up to others
No,
and
of
tell them
course,
they like
people
them.
walk up and do that. Majority is the guys who walk up. How many ladies are gonna do that?
Because
I know ladies DM too. I know actually ladies DM too, right? But now the thing is, if you get into that guy's DM, you're seldom gonna see DMs. It's gonna be like 1 or 2 in like 6 months. Okay? But for a lady, every month you get attention from other people out there. Now, tell me who has social media impacted more? Because guess what? When you have those DMs, you're getting all the attention from Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, everywhere. Right? Now, ladies who are in a relationship get those DMs. Single ladies get those DMs. And a girl who's not too good looking, right? They're gonna feel like they got the power to call shots or decide who to choose from. That gives them a lot of options. It gives ladies a lot of options. Now they walk around feeling like they are the prize in the relationship, everything revolves around them, stuff like that, blah blah blah. What's that?
well,
It doesn't make any sense.
for me, I feel like social media has impacted both the man and the
Of
woman.
course, it has.
Because
it has.
as you said, DMs, men to receive DMs.
Of course.
Men that are married and are in relationships,
They receive DMs
they
too.
also
I know
they
that.
go to
but-
those single women
Yeah,
and
well-
try to talk to
Well,
them.
but we're looking at the numbers, okay? We're looking at the numbers. How many DMs is a guy gonna get as opposed to the girl? How many? That's what we're talking about. If a girl gets 30 DMs a month, a guy is gonna get 2 or 3.
It's
Less.
still something.
Well, okay, that just proves it all, right? That is impacting the women negatively more.
No, that's not true. That's definitely
Okay,
not true.
okay. Now you asked about the problem that social media has caused. Let me give you one other problem.
Okay.
Do you know that right now, right, with all the attention that I just mentioned that most ladies get from social media, do you know that it makes it easier for them to like fall into temptation or situations of being unfaithful?
There's temptation everywhere.
Of course there is.
Yeah.
But on social media it's more. It is more. And you can bear with me that I'm speaking the truth.
Yeah,
There's more.
there are temptations, but it depends on you. If you prioritize your relationship, then you are going to make sure that you do things that build that relationship and not do things that
Exactly.
destroy that relationship.
Exactly.
So you cannot just say, oh, it's just because of social media has influenced more of women than men, because even those men go on social media, they see other women that dress in a way, or like they buy certain things or live a kind of lifestyle. They'll want their women to live those kind of lives too. They'll say, oh, I want a Gen Z body, I want this, I want you to go do BBL and all the, like, where are you seeing all those things from? Social media. If there was no social media, you'd have not seen those things from. But men to see those things and they want their women to be like those women they see on social
Okay,
media.
let me ask you a question, right?
And then it starts affecting your
Okay.
relationship. You're
Okay.
like, oh, I saw this girl, she looks so beautiful, but look at my girlfriend. Like,
Okay, a quick question for you, right? I'm glad that you mentioned this. Do you know that you women, let me say most women, not all, do you know that most women compare themselves to other women more than the way women compare you all? Do you know that?
no.
Okay, let's do the research,
Women
right?
start comparing themselves
No.
to other women because their men start
No.
their men are the ones that start that from their homes.
Okay.
When you start saying something to a woman from her home, she's gonna go out there and look at another person. And
course.
she's like, oh, I need to start doing things to look like this person.
You're right. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
You're very right. Okay, you're right, 100%. But this is
They
what I
do
mean.
it to please the men.
Okay, this is actually what I mean. When women go to the gym,
Okay.
they keep themselves looking good. They do makeup. They stay in shape and stuff like that. Who do they do it for? For the men, right? Now, if they are doing it for the men, and with this, with social media now having all kind of beautiful chicks out there showing themselves butt naked, some looking great and gorgeous, good body figures and stuff. Don't you think that when women look at that and see that, don't you think they, in their mind, thinking like, oh, I wish I had that. I wish I was like that. I wish, because you guys are trying to look good, okay? Now,
For ourselves too.
yes, that imaginary comparison is coming in. Even amongst female friends, they do that. They try to compare with each other
Okay.
and try to be like each other. Anyway, we're talking about the change in culture, right? Let's circle back a little bit. We're talking about the change in culture because right now we see most cases, as we did in our intro, we see most cases of, because now women are making much money as men, if not more, right? In a household, maybe they're making the same amount of money a year, or the lady is making slightly more. She comes back home and then she doesn't see it as a need to maybe do some cleaning around, right? Or maybe make some food for her man and stuff like that because she feels tired. I understand that, okay, in the country we live in,
Yeah.
we all need to work. We all have to contribute to the relationship in one way or the other. But why can't majority of our ladies out there, why can't they just understand and accept the fact that they need to embrace the feminine nature, embrace the feminine side of actually being a woman in their home, making sure that they provide and cater and nurture their home, serving food to her man? It's the woman's role. It is, and it will always be. That's what I mean.
That's true. It's like
So
for you to say that women should start embracing the fact that that's their role, they should play the role as women. Women embrace that part 100%. Some women, they do. But the thing is, sometimes you get tired and you want your man to like assist you or help you with something. Some of those activities you might want to do it with your man because like it creates memories. But sometimes you're back home tired and you have a lot of things to do. You ask a man, please, can you help me maybe um maybe cook something, men nowadays they do cook, but a man is gonna be like, oh no, I cannot do that, that's a woman's job.
well,
Why can you not just assist her instead of saying that, oh, that's a woman's
so
job? It's not like
so
she's asking
okay.
you every single day.
Hold up. Is assisting actually doing the cooking? Do you mean I should do the cooking or I
No,
should
not
assist?
like you should do everything. Not like you should do everything. Maybe she's like, oh, I'm doing something currently, can you just check the pot for me? And he's like, oh no, I cannot do that.
No, those are little things though. I'm not talking about that. We're not talking about that. Of course, you can do that, right? We're talking about,
Or help me carry the baby, and you're like,
of
no,
course, that should be normal.
come and do it
Oh,
yourself.
no, okay. Now you're saying normal things which every guy is
But
supposed to be doing.
but the
Every
thing
guy is
is,
supposed to be doing,
not
helping
every
the
guy-
lady.
not
But
every
we're
guy
talking
does
about
that.
we're talking about taking care of the home, not doing all the cleaning and stuff, but trying to like keep the places tidy.
I've seen people that don't even
cook
do that
food,
at all.
cook food for their man, serve it out. Like people still find that difficult to do, even if they get back from work. That
Okay, I have a question for you. So, how has migration affected cultural identity in modern society?
what migration? You mean from one country to another?
Yeah.
Well, it has affected greatly a lot. It has affected us greatly, everyone, because right now, as opposed to how it used to be back in the days, I know some tribes or ethnic groups still want to like stay within their country, like getting married or finding a life partner, which I think is good, right?
Yeah.
It has affected that in the sense that I think within the next 15 to 20 years, most cultures around the world are going to die away.
I don't think
Especially in the Western world. Okay, no, this is actually what I mean.
so. Okay.
Okay. In continents like Europe, Asia, well, Asia not entering probably China or Japan, all of the stuff, right? Europe and East Europe and stuff, United States, right? Probably Canada, right? I feel like culture is gonna die out. This is what I mean. Now you see us Africans getting married to or getting into relationships with Black Americans or African Americans, Indians, Chinese, Mexicans, different ethnic groups, right? Now, when you have a kid, if we both are from the same country, the same tribe, we're going to speak the same language to that kid. We're going to be able to teach that kid faster. But I feel like now, if two people get together and just one person speaks that language, it's killing our culture in the sense that those kids are going to grow up forgetting our mother tongue. They're going to forget our traditions because you both are not going to have the time to teach them to teach the kid. Of course, there are exceptions, right? But it's going to be harder because now, if you guys try to box both traditions and stuff, it's going to get the child confused, you know. So I feel like it's impacting greatly in that aspect. Of course, in other aspects like maybe growth and you know mental development wise and stuff. Uh, I mean, it helps in the sense that some kids might be intelligent than others.
Yeah.
Some
More
might
exposed.
more exposed to like new things, learning new things. You know, some people give mix with other ethnic groups and give birth to smart kids. You know, so I mean that's just the aspect I'm looking about the traditional and our cultural, our African cultural aspect of it. That's where it's gonna die down.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, can you compare like the old generation men to like the men in our current society
Well, in what aspect? Because there's so many things we can't compare.
when it comes to marriages, when it comes to like family, when it comes to a lot of things,
Well, I feel like
their way of living?
well, a lot has changed
Yeah.
over the years, and this is why we're actually making platforms like this, right?
True.
So we can be able to have these conversations and you know reach people out there who are not able to like you know hear some of these things, because right now we're seeing a drastic change in the world culture itself, right? Be it behavioral, technology, you know, everything. And it's impacting a lot because we are actually seeing that uh, with with the way things are right now, we're seeing a lack of, how can I call it? We're seeing a lack of resilience. We're seeing a lack of masculinity in men. And in some situations, I feel like that's the cause of why some ladies don't find men attractive. Most ladies don't find men attractive. That's why most ladies don't feel the need to respect men because of that masculine aspect is missing in a lot of people.
Like when men say, "What do you bring to the table?"
Wait,
Are
what do you mean?
Men always ask. Some men always ask that question: that what do you bring to the table?
Is it wrong to ask though?
Well, like why should you ask a woman what she brings to the table? You're supposed to observe her. That's why you go through a process of courtship to be able to observe her, see what she can do, her potentials, not just come for like the first date and then you're asking her what do you bring to the table. It's like you're going for a job interview, asking someone, "Oh, tell me about yourself." What do you expect her to say? She's going to say all the nice things, and then if you don't see in a relationship, you're like, "Oh, I feel like I've been scammed." So I don't think a man should be asking a woman what she brings to the table, or anybody should be asking anybody what they bring to the table, because
Well, I mean, like,
you're supposed to see that when you're like in that courtship.
yo, I don't know about guys out there, but if it were me, I'm gonna definitely ask any lady who wanna get with me what you bring to the table. I'm definitely gonna do it.
Okay.
And guess what? That doesn't mean the man is not masculine. It doesn't.
But like,
Anyway,
why should you ask? Because this is exactly what I'm saying. That
all right. Okay. Okay.
Are you trying to boil down to the fact that you cannot compare the old generation men to the men in our current society?
Well, yes. Let me put it this way. I'm okay. I'm gonna agree. Okay. Now the thing is, sometimes when you speak with ladies and say something that which they agree with, they're gonna be very cool about it. But when you say something that doesn't resonate with what they want to hear, it becomes a problem. Now, guess what? Let me say this. Okay. Let me say this.
Okay.
No. Hold up. Let me say this. Most men and women
Okay.
back in the days, from the 90s going backwards, I feel like they were better mentally, physically, in mental wise. Both men and women back then were better than now. Everyone.
Because I feel like
Because a lot of things have impacted our generation to the extent that a lot of people feel broken and they don't even know that they're broken. A lot of people feel hurt, they don't know that they're hurt. A lot of people carry baggages and they don't know that they're carrying baggages, which is impacting everyone a lot. In the sense that, for example, back in the days, relationships, marriages, people used to endure things. They used to endure. They used to like work together to find resolutions, right? Our parents, our grandparents, great grandparents used to do that. But
True.
now, as opposed to, it's different. Whatever shit that goes on, blah, 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 someone wants to get out. Someone wants the easiest way out.
It's because people
And-
go into
and guess what?
relationships and marriages for the wrong reason.
No, yes, of course. That's
If
the
you go
reason,
for
right?
the
They're going
right
in for the.
reason,
They're
you're
going.
going to
Yes,
fight
exactly.
for your
Exactly.
marriage.
They're going in for the wrong reasons. The wrong reasons. To the extent that when shit don't go someone's way, they want to find the easiest way out. They want to get a divorce. They want to break up. They want to end the relationship. Even in friendships too, it happens. You see, a lot of friendships get broken because someone did something wrong and the other person didn't want to forgive.
Yeah.
Of course, we're not giving way for people to keep messing around with each other,
Yeah.
doing wrong things, right? But now, back then, things used to be better because people were resilient. People had a good mental state. Of course, we know that they had issues back then too, okay? But now, with the change in the culture, technology, the coming of social media, the fact that people have access to every kind of information, it has messed us up a lot. So that's why I want to feel like we just need to find a way to adapt, you know?
Yeah.
We just need to find a way to like work with each other. We need to find a way to see that, okay, if this is broken, how can I put it together? It makes people, men and women, everybody want to like go, okay, for example, if you're having like 80% of something you like in someone and you don't see the rest of the 20, most people nowadays are going to go find the 20 somewhere else. And then it's later on that they're going to realize that,
Oh, that person was the best
okay,
person for me.
maybe, yeah, okay.
When it's already too late.
Exactly, it's going to be too late. They always
Yeah.
say the grass is always greener on the other side. But
It's not always green.
exactly. So the funniest thing is when you have that 80, you want to go find that 20 somewhere else. You forget the fact that you need to fix and make up that 20. So, I mean, it's a mess out here.
Yeah.
But again, we just need to like find a way to work together. We need everyone out there to like, you know, if you're getting into something with someone, be it a friendship, a relationship, whatever it is, get into it for the right reasons. You know, I feel like you need to vet. It's not like you're trying to like pick and choose some things because of course everyone got flaws.
Yeah.
You know, you just gotta like look at what you can tolerate, what you can fix. It doesn't mean that down the line shit is not gonna go south or there's not gonna be problems.
There's always
Of
going
course.
to be misunderstandings.
There's always gonna be
relationships.
misunderstandings.
You
There's
have
always
to work together.
exactly. You have to work together. There's always gonna be problems.
Yeah.
It's not always gonna be a bed of roses. But a lot of people have forgotten that.
Yeah.
A lot have forgotten that. But of course, I believe there's some things in the relationship which are unforgivable. We're not gonna get on that right now, but of course there are some that are unforgivable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think? Well, what else do you got for us? Let's
Well, before we leave, my last question is, do you think societies balance the preservation of traditional values with the adoption of modern norms?
when modern norms, do you mean like the changes in like laws, rules, or what
Like
exactly do you
modern
mean?
beliefs,
Modern beliefs.
way of living, yeah.
Well, I mean, it covers everything we've actually talked about, right? Modern beliefs, you know, like, okay, this goes down to culture and ethnic groups. A lot of people believe different things out here, right? Most of our beliefs in Africa
Yeah.
are not going to be the same beliefs that Americans do have. They're not going to be beliefs that the South Americans have. They're not going to be beliefs that, you know, the Jewish or the Asians do. So
Yeah.
I feel like it just keeps changing, you know? It just keeps changing and evolving. For example, in some parts of the world, people used to believe that, oh, you can make sacrifices. There used to be human sacrifices, right? Okay. There's no water, you know, people in the village or in the community are getting sick. They sacrifice someone in order to stop that.
Yeah.
It used to be a superstition. Right now, if you do that, that's a crime. You're literally going to jail for the rest of your life. So, yes, the government is not going to care like if that's your belief in your community or not. So,
True.
a lot of those things are there. I don't know if I just can't recall all of them, but a lot of beliefs and things have changed. Some have actually changed for the worse. Some have changed for the better, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we just gotta find a way to like adapt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, guys, that's all we have for today. Remember, change is the only constant thing, and we as humans are subject to that change. So, please, please, please follow us at 99.9 Problems on Instagram and Facebook. And we have more interesting topics to talk about. Stay tuned.
All right, guys. Thank you. Before we close out, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Of course, you're gonna catch us in the next episode. But before you do, subscribe to stay updated. You're gonna get a ring for the next episode. Thank you guys so much. See you next one.
Like.
Yeah.